Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision what comic books to buy. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about Star Wars Thrawn, issue number 1. If you're a fan of the character from Star Wars Rebels or from the novels, I think you're going to enjoy this series because what we see in this book is kind of where Thrawn actually came from. And you really get to see his personality in here and his strategic thinking. And that's what made him such a great leader. And in this issue, we get to see him from absolutely nothing, which I think is really awesome. This book is written by Jody Hauser, and the artwork is done by Luke Ross. The artwork in this book is pretty good. I like it. We get to see Thrawn in here right from the start, as you can see. He's dressed as a stormtrooper. There's some good facial expressions in this issue as well. So I think that was pretty good. I think my one issue with this particular issue was kind of like the way Palpatine was drawn. He just looks off compared to everybody else. Looks like more like a troll than anything. But nevertheless, the art was pretty good. So let's talk about this particular issue and find out what happened and how Thrawn got his role into the Empire to start, okay? So we find out that he's on a planet. He crash landed on there because he was exiled from his planet. And we get to see that he tried escaping or posed as a stormtrooper, but he was actually captured. And so what happens is we wind up getting a cadet that is at his aid that knows how to translate his language because he doesn't know Basic very well, which is obviously the English language. And so what happens is that Thrawn, in his very persuasive ways, says that he can be an asset to the Empire, to go into unknown regions and protect the Empire from possible threats. And so what happens is the higher ranking officers take that in consideration, and what they do is they have a meeting set up with Emperor Palpatine, and eventually Palpatine agrees to his request, and he just says, my people are protected. And he says, well, why do you want your people protected? And he's like, you were exiled. He's like, yeah, but they're still my people. And so and then Palpatine goes to him and goes, well, what happens if we kill your people in the end? And he goes, well, it was worth the gamble. So he feels that, Palpatine feels that no matter what, he's going to win at the end of the day. And that, you know, what can he lose? He has nothing to lose. It's just this one alien race guy, right? His name is, it comes from the Chiss. That's his race. So what happens is he grants him that power. He has 3 months to complete the school for cadet training. And right away, since this is Palpatine's special project or whatever, he grants him the rank of lieutenant right from the start. And so throughout this entire issue, you wind up seeing the strategic thinking and the persuasiveness of Thrawn in here through the other cadets. And we get to see that the cadets actually pose as a, you know, they feel that he's a threat and they're jealous of him and whatnot. And his little assistant said, hey, you know, these guys are going to go against you, which they did. So when these other cadets went against Thrawn and charges were going to be put against him, Thrawn said, I'm not going to press charges, but this is what I would suggest that you do. Put them in flight school and things like that. So right away, he's already in this lieutenant position, getting the strategic thinking going on where people should be at this, you know, underranking officer position, which I thought was really neat to see the character this way. And so by the time we get to the end of it, we wind up seeing him graduate from cadet school and getting his first assignments. Instead of his assistant going on to bigger and better places to the path that he wanted, he wound up getting the job as the assistant to Lieutenant Thrawn, which I thought was hilarious. And he was all pissed off and everything. So what did I think about this particular issue? You know what? I thought it was a good book. If you're a tired reader, I would not recommend this. you would have to read this with fresh eyes. There's a lot of dialogue that goes into this book. If you're a fan of Admiral Thrawn, I think you would enjoy this book as well, as it really dives deep into the character and his inner workings, and what makes you really appreciate the character. If you're not a fan of him or this part of the Star Wars universe, I don't think you might enjoy this. You know, but personally, I really enjoyed it because I am the fan of the character. So at the end of the day, I think I'm going to give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I had fun with it. I'm really looking forward to seeing, now that he got through this most basic training in cadet school and got lower officer ranks, I want to see where he goes now on his own ship and how he commands his officers and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to the next issue. I think it could actually get better. So guys, leave me in the comments below what you thought of Thrawn issue number 1. Are you a fan of the character? Who is your favorite Star Wars character in general? And as always, fans, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. And until that next comic book review, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you real soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.